I'd just like to thank the whole ATS department for giving me such an amazing opportunity. I mean, I can't tell you how excited I am to be up here and telling you guys my story. So my story really starts off from the very beginning. I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy at age 1. And cerebral palsy is a muscular disorder which causes all the muscles in the body to tighten, known as ataxia. So if you put your arms up like this for a long period of time, you'll notice that it shakes, known as the tremors, which you have the tremor shape, and that is ataxia, and I have it in all 4 limbs. So I came home, I was 3 pounds. They didn't know if I would survive. I was really just in the hospital for 7 weeks in extensive care. I came home on a heart monitor, and that thing, you could hear it from next door. So yeah, luckily my heart never stopped beating. So and my mom, I'd always test that thing out, make sure she was on her feet, always paying attention. And then and it was hard for me to, doing all that. Heart monitor. So, milestones. You think about milestones in general. Everything that a kid goes through. Learning to walk, riding a bike, tying a shoe. There are so many. And unfortunately, it didn't happen right away for me. Learning to walk, I didn't walk until I was 3. I didn't ride a bike until I was in 3rd or 4th grade. So until I did learn how to ride a bike, I used a recumbent bike. And I thought I was so cool on that thing. I would ride around the neighborhood, and I thought I was the coolest. I was like, I'm so cool. I feel so cool. If I'd be like, I'm just gonna, I'm so cool on this thing. And so for preschool, I attended the Francis Allen School for Kids with Disabilities. And I went and I had to get injections into my legs, Botox, and I had to learn how to walk. Which was very difficult because I was in a walker for all my preschool until I could learn how to walk on my own. And so it was really hard for me to just get up and walk. And so unfortunately I worked with such a amazing therapist in preschool, Jolene Ellen, who's a lifesaver, who has really inspired me to be the best that I can be. So, Lose the Training Wheels is a program that was created to help kids with disabilities, all sorts of disabilities, to learn how to ride a bike. And it was created actually by, it was literally created by a NASA rocket scientist. And that was so cool. And so his idea is that, how there's no gravity in space. So yeah, it's gonna be hard for a kid to learn how to ride a bike. So his idea was to put rollers on the back of the bikes. And so gradually the rollers would get smaller as it would go. And so each time, you get used to riding these rollers, they get thinner each time. So you would gradually get to where you could ride a 2-wheel bike. And so it was really fun. We each had our own team of people, and they would cheer us on, root us on, and it was so much fun. It was such an amazing experience, and I'm so blessed that I could learn how to ride a bike because, like I said, it took me forever to get to the point where I could. Elementary school, oh man, that was a fun time. I attended Law Ridge, which I will tell you, I was so fortunate. I've had so many wonderful teachers who have pushed me and who inspired me to be the best that I can be. So in 2nd and 3rd grade, we did this program, Type 1. And the idea was to help you, get faster at typing. But see, the problem with me is I couldn't type like everyone else. I only could use my index fingers, which can be a real hassle when you're writing a paper. So my parents, we got the Type 1 thing on my computer, and so my mom, I know she's gonna totally write me out for saying this, but so every day she'd be like, all right, I want you to go to your room, 45 minutes, I want you to type, just type. And I was like, Mom, but I'd much rather be playing outside or doing something else. And so she'd be like, no, you're gonna type, and you're gonna get better, and you're gonna get, but like I said, it didn't really progress. But so my parents were always telling me that you were gonna do amazing things, you're gonna learn how to type, and you're gonna do this. And so even though it was pretty, so speech recognition it has changed my life. I will tell you that. So about 8th grade, I got introduced to Dragon, a speech recognition program, which you speak into, and it is doctors use it all the time. It's commonly used now. And the funny thing is, when I was born, the neurologist said to my mom, he said, "There's a chance that she'll never walk, probably never talk, but the thing she'll need is speech recognition. But you won't find it in this lifetime. We probably won't see this in our lifetime." And here I am using it, which is pretty incredible. I'm gonna completely talk about the AT department right now, who's incredible. Miss Rachel Conway, who has been she's incredible. I can't tell you where to begin with her because she's been there so throughout the whole entire thing. I love her so much. And Miss Mollycroft and Kevin Rita. It's just been so incredible. And the things I've been able to do, I've been able to speak at numerous conferences, which has been a true gift. And over the past 2 years, I've attended the I'm Determined program, which is a program for students with disabilities for self-advocacy to learn how to live independently after, to learn leadership skills and to learn how to be independent from home and to be independent. And it's a parent summit program, so the parents attend one program and the students attend another. And I met some incredible people there. John Eisenberg, who is such a awesome, he's so sweet. And I had the fortunate privilege to meet him over the past 2 years, and so is it one of my pictures. So, but yeah. So, this past summer, I'm using integrated metronome, which is you walk on the beat. So, the idea was to do to walk on the beat. So you'd have a headset, right? And they would give you these sounds. And it would be like a beat, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And you would have to like clap or do multitasking on it. You have to multitask. So like clapping and doing high knees or walking and throwing up a ball and catching it. Which it has really been so great because I've noticed that I'm able to do multiple things at once. Such as I just, family has noticed it, friends have noticed it, and it's been really fun. And I'm just able to do so much things at once, which has made my life tremendously easier. So none of this would have been possible without the people that have my family. And if you're a parent, or I mean, family is the number one thing. And I'm so blessed to have parents that I have, because yeah, they are hard on me, and they tell me that yeah, you're gonna have to work hard and do all this. But none of this would have been. I wouldn't be able to stand here right now and tell you all these things if it wasn't for them pushing me all the way. And they have inspired me to do so much, and I'm so thankful and just so. I mean, I couldn't imagine having parents. I mean, I'm so blessed to have parents like them, and it's you can do it. And I don't just say that just to tell you that you can. Yeah, if you have a kid with a disability or a kid without a disability, we all have weaknesses. We all have things that we're not good at. But does that mean we just quit? Does that mean we just give up? We just try to find something easier that we don't? No, we have to keep pushing. We have to keep going. We have to keep going and fighting. And I'll tell you, my life now, I go to Fairfax Academy, and yesterday we were doing choreography, and man, that's hard. That's really, really hard. But you know what? I was like, no, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna forget that yes, I do have something that is a little harder for me to dance, and it's my muscles get tight. But you're gonna do it because your disability and your weakness does not define who you are as a person. And I wish that people, it's that simple. I mean, people will say, sky's the limit. There is no limit. There is no limit, because I've met kids and I've met people, and there is no limit. You can do whatever you set your mind to. And I promise you that's a fact. No matter what anyone tells you, I believe, if you believe, that anything can happen.
Follow that. Thank you very much, Hope. I think it takes a lot of courage to come out on a cold Saturday morning and talk to a group of parents and teachers in a personal way that you did. So, again, a big round of applause again for you. We've been doing these student keynotes for a while. We've mentioned the rate conference happening since 2000, and certainly those keynotes are the most moving and powerful pieces. And I see the hearts tugging, and tears are happening, and I know, especially for parents and teachers in the room, I mean, that type of effect is more powerful and more rewarding than most things that we receive in our job, including paychecks. So when was the last time you well up in tears over a paycheck? In a positive way. So a little bit of logistics. We're about to break out and do our breakout sessions now. We're about to leave this room. So when you walk